Habit 3, First Things First. Covey says, putting first things first means organizing and executing around your most important priorities. It is living and being driven by the principles you value most, not by the agendas and forces surrounding you. For this habit, Covey asks you to answer the following questions. What one thing could you do regularly, that you aren't currently doing, that would improve your personal life? And, what one thing could you do to improve your business or professional life? By answering these questions, you are taking the first step to significantly changing your life at present. We have established that habit 1 is the realization that you are in charge, and in full control of your life. And habit 2 is the ability to focus on the end goal, and identifying your key values. Habit 3 is the ability to implement. Ask yourself, what is the most important thing in your life right now? You may say, health, children or studies. No one will say Netflix or TV or social media. So why do we spend so much time on something that isn't even important to us? We all have the same 24 hours in our day, so how come some people are able to manage their time more effectively? Most of us would plan our tasks using a calendar or schedule of some sort. We would start at the beginning and tick off the tasks that we completed. This is a very good strategy, only if you're sure that nothing will interrupt your plans. Something none of us can really be sure of. Covey mentions a method where things are categorized by urgent or non-urgent and important or not important. Let's look at each of these quadrants individually. Quadrant 1 are things that are urgent and important. These would comprise of things that could not have been foreseen. Quadrant 1 would consist of those activities and responsibilities that require your immediate attention. This section is reserved for emergencies and extremely important deadlines. Quadrant 2 is not urgent but important. This section comprises of things that are not urgent right now, but are important. Things like relationship building, exercise, preparation, education and other personal development activities. All the things that we know we need to do, but a lot of the time, we don't get round to doing it because they don't seem urgent. The activities in this section are the ones that will make a difference to your life, and help you accomplish a lot more of what you want. This is where highly effective people focus the most. Quadrant 3. Urgent but not important. This third section would contain items that appear to have a high urgency, but are not at all important. Examples of this could be interruptions, some meetings, phone calls and unimportant appointments. Ideally, this section would need to be eliminated by delegating or saying no in order for you to stay focused on the more important things. Quadrant 4. Not urgent, not important. This section basically includes time-wasting activities that are not urgent and offer no value. This is where social media, endless hours of Netflix, pointless surfing of the internet all come in. Everyone needs some downtime, but it's best to have that time planned for in your to-do list. So, where do you spend most of your time? Most people spend more time in quadrants 1 and 3 because they appear urgent. But, if you spend more time on activities in quadrant 2 now, while they are not urgent, then they are less likely to become urgent tasks in the future. An example of this is servicing your car. It's not urgent, but it is important. If it isn't done, then it could lead to something going wrong in the car, which may cause your car to break down, or cause an accident. This will in turn force us to spend more time in quadrant 1, dealing with the consequences of the accident. Stephen Covey says, urgent matters are usually visible. They press on us, they insist on action. They're often popular with others. They're usually right in front of us. And often they are pleasant, easy, fun to do. But so often they are unimportant. You can use the 4 quadrants to prioritize your to-do list. Go through all the activities you want to do, and categorize them in the relevant quadrants. Then make sure that you are focusing more of your time, doing the activities that fall under quadrants 1 and 2. Try to delay, delegate, or eliminate anything that falls under quadrant 3, and take effective steps to minimize the distractions that could fall under quadrant 4. As a consequence, You will be able to plan better, and will have fewer problems, and you'll end up with fewer quadrant 1 activities to deal with. Covey says, your crises and problems would shrink to manageable proportions because you would be thinking ahead, working on the roots, doing the preventive things that keep situations from developing into crises in the first place. The first 3 habits: be proactive, begin with the end in mind, and put first things first, are about transforming you from being dependent to becoming independent, having the power of I. The next 3 habits will get us to move from independence to interdependence, which is the power of we, and although books and society champion dependence as the highest achievement, Covey argues that interdependence brings on the greatest results. Habits 4 to 6 will help us reach the interdependence stage. It will teach us how to cooperate, how to read the needs of people, and how to empathize. Click here for the next habit, Habit 4, Think Win-Win.